Practical Ellul tip. Serving Hashem with joy. The Mishnah Berurah writes, in the name of the Arizal, that the way that the Arizal retained or attained all of his spiritual levels of greatness was by having joy when he did the mitzvos. When a person does a mitzvah without joy, without flavor, it's clear that the mitzvah is not important to him. So Rabbi points out is that how do you do a mitzvah with joy? What's the best way to get to be able to do a mitzvah with joy? By studying Musar. See, when we think of Musar, we think of the way we're doing things wrong. We think of how we can, how we did this wrong, how we have to change ourselves. But when you study Musar, you begin to realize the greatness of who you are, and the greatness of Hashem, and the greatness of the mitzvah you're about to perform. So there's a greatness of reward, that's certainly, but what you fulfill with the mitzvah is something remarkable. It's important for us to be able to realize that. If a person, let's say we're doing carpool, and they had to take little kids to school, or they did something for little children, but they realized that they're bringing up the next generation, the people who are going to be serving God and doing amazing things, and they would feel empowered to be able to do that. When a person looks at what they're doing and says, you know what, I have been given an opportunity to do this, this is an amazing thing. So, Sefer Haredim, says Rav Chaim Kanevsky, quotes, that every mitzvah that person has had the opportunity to fulfill is a gift that was granted to him by Hashem. The opportunity alone is a gift given over to you. The more a person internalizes this idea, the more joy you're going to have when you perform a mitzvah. So there are different types of mitzvahs, as we know, positive and the negative. Oftentimes, when we have a negative mitzvah that we're faced with and we don't do something, thereby fulfilling the negative mitzvah, we sometimes just feel like it inhibits us, prevents us. But no, there's a moment of joy that you were able to accomplish this, you did this, that's an amazing thing. So when you realize it, that every time you're faced with something and you're able to withstand the test or fulfill the mitzvah, you were just given a gift by Hashem, and that should bring you to a great state of joy. So therefore, for us, it is our job to be able to fulfill mitzvos with joy. Just by knowing that you're doing the mitzvah, knowing that you're doing what Hashem wants you to do, that gives you the greatest joy. We know this in little children when they see that their parents approve of what they're doing and they smile at them and they're happy with them, the kid wants to do it even more because they feel that. We're all little children. We're all little children when it comes to the mitzvahs we fulfill, and the joy that you have is going to create great things for you. It says Rav Chaim Kanevsky, when a mitzvah is done with joy, the very mitzvah is transformed. Although the primary reward for mitzvahs is in the next world, we are promised a degree of reward in this world as well. Which means, where does the reward come from? The joy that you have when you're able to fulfill that mitzvah.